All right. Caitlin Clark, a.k.a. White Jesus, a.k.a. Jesus Clark, and the Indiana Fever secured their first home win against the rivalry that happened this evening against Angel Reese and Chicago Sky. Okay, this was a nail biter. It came down to the last few seconds of the game, came down to a pair of free throws. Indiana Fever ends up winning 71-70. Do you think this win could trend Indiana towards winning some more ball games? How do you think the Fever looked this evening? Let's take a look at some highlights and talk about it right after the intro. All right. What's up, boys, girls, he, she, they, them, we, or whatever you choose to identify as? I'm your host, CJ So Foolish, and welcome to the W360, your new home for all things women's basketball, okay? What a game that was. What a game that was. White Jesus has secured her first win, her first home win against Angel Reese, the Chi-Town Barbie, and the Chicago Sky. Let's talk about it. Listen, this is the best Indiana has looked all season. This is the best they've looked, especially on the defensive end, okay? The basketball gods were with Indiana this game. Aaliyah Boston, she ran, she jumped. She played with a little pep in her step this game. White Jesus was solid. She saw the floor well. Christy Wallace was consistent in not contributing much. But this is the best Indiana has really looked all season. All jokes aside, they looked good. I was so happy to see that they were able to secure this home win, especially in a game of this magnitude. You know, nationally televised ESPN rivalry game. This could get Indiana trending towards some more wins this season. Maybe build off this momentum. Okay, I was happy to see that. Looks like, I'll say this. Aaliyah Boston, she really had me thinking, this is what we need, Aaliyah. Play with a little bit of fire. Play like you're just glad to be at your job. Now, I do think when it comes to Aaliyah Boston, and I know people say I'm hard on her, and I am hard on her. But when it comes to Aaliyah Boston, I think a lot of what happened this game is, as I said in the pregame, when you're playing in a rivalry game and you're playing against your rival, she had a lot to play for this game. There was no way you would have let Kamilla Cardoso come in your house in her first WNBA debut and outplay you. Now, if you ask me, I think they were pretty even, neck and neck. They were pretty even. I'm not going to say Kamilla Cardoso outplayed her, but Aaliyah Boston didn't outplay Kamilla Cardoso. They were both neck and neck. They were neck and neck. But I remember she did say that she has been reading her Bible a lot and she's been talking to God. The basketball gods were on their side. Aaliyah Boston showed up this game. I was happy to see she was getting the ball and she was going to score. She went to score. She was jumping. She played with pep in her step. So hopefully this can roll over into more games moving forward. And this can roll over. Nalissa Smith had an amazing game this game. I think Nalissa Smith played phenomenally. She had 11 first half points, but she ended the game in total points. What did Alyssa end with? She ended the game with nearly a double-double. She had 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals. As I said in the pregame, it was important for Alyssa Smith to show up this game and also Aaliyah Boston to show up this game to give the Indiana Fever the best chance at winning. We're going to get to Kelsey Mitchell. We're going to get to her later in the broadcast. But between Alyssa Smith and Aaliyah Boston and also White Sheezes, I think those three played phenomenally this game. They did. They played phenomenally. And like I said, the basketball gods were on the Indiana Fever side. They were on Indiana Fever side. Aaliyah Boston has to keep reading her Bible. You stay at it, Aaliyah. You keep reading that Bible. We need the basketball guys on our side during these games. But these are the games that Indiana has to continue to win. You know, these winnable games so they can get to 8 wins on the season and more. They played more like a team. They showed up on the defensive end on the floor. This is the best Indiana has looked all season long, and hopefully this is where they can continue to build from. It's nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up. So hopefully Indiana could definitely continue to build on this momentum. Caitlin Clark, what I've noticed this game with White Sheezes, she was able to play off the ball more, and they were really running her off a lot of screens more, which created the inside game more. With them running Caitlin Clark off the screen, she was able to get more shots off. When Kelsey Mitchell would pass her the ball, she was able to get more shots off. And Aaliyah Boston was able to get more open looks. So hopefully this offensive scheme can continue to just build, and they continue to play to the strengths of White Sheezes and Aaliyah Boston when Aaliyah Boston wants to show up and play. That is correct. I am hard on Aaliyah Boston because here's the thing. Indiana Fever won the game, but I know Aaliyah can be so dominant. I know she can. I've seen her be dominant before. So even in this game, bring that same fire, Aaliyah, to every game. I need you to bring the same fire that you bring against Kamilla Cardoso. I need you to bring that every game, Aaliyah. That way, that'll put Indiana in amazing positions to win. Now, Alyssa Smith is playing phenomenally. She's playing phenomenally. AB has to keep this up. Aaliyah Boston has to keep this up. That's all we're asking her to do. We're just asking you to play like the Rookie of the Year. She showed signs of the Rookie of the Year this game. You can see it in her this game. Now, I don't know if playing against Kamilla Cardoso reminded her a lot of South Carolina, but hopefully it maybe gave her some flashbacks to when she was playing for Dawn Staley and battling against Kamilla Cardoso in practice. So maybe it took her back to that mindset, but you keep that mindset, Aaliyah. You keep it. We need you to show up every game, just like you did this game, Aaliyah. You go and you listen to your gospel music on volume 100. You deserve it. You did great, Aaliyah. You did great for the most part. You definitely did great for the most part. White Sheezes was consistent tonight. White Sheezes, she ended the game with 11 points, nearly a double-double, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. White Sheezes did her thing that she normally does. She was able to get help from her team, as I said, Aaliyah Boston, and also Alyssa Smith. Christy Wallace was Christy Wallace. She had 10 points, but You know, it's good that we could get 10 points out of Christy Wallace. I mean, you can do 5 things good when you do 60 things bad. So if we'll take the 5 good things Christy Wallace did, but my goodness, can we cut down on some of the bad plays? Seriously, I mean, Christy Wallace is just, it's, you know, the team played well, so we can kind of hide her a little bit, but my goodness. Christy Wallace is just way too many minutes for what she's doing. It's just not falling. It's not happening. I want to take a look at some key plays from the game, and then let's come back and talk about it. All right. All right, and that was the first score in the game from White Jesus.
Here's Elizabeth Williams, the veteran, squeezes it to the corner. Only
here we go. Angel Reese, we're going to talk about her. She had a good rebounding game. Way to see the floor. Here's White Jesus pulling up right over Dana Evans. Absolutely. Here's AB. Look, there you go. Aaliyah, see what happens when you jump. And you get the ball with the intent to score. See, that's what Christy Wallace gave all game. This is what Christy Wallace gives pretty much most of the game. This here is a good defensive play by Dana Evans, but this is a summary of what Christy Wallace contributes to this team. This right here. Right here. Right here. This is pretty much, in summary, what Christy Wallace contributes to the Indiana Fever, and that's nothing but points for the other team.
Coming off of the bench when Temi Beck-Bentley was playing so well. Now here she is back in the starting lineup playing very well.
Izzy Harrison waits, dumps it short. Cardoso able to clean it up.
We're going to get to Kamilla as well. Kamilla picked up right where she left off. She had a phenomenal game. All right.
Clark.
Now, I don't know what this play was about.
A foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it?
I was so confused, and it looks like she said, "You little B," but I was confused.
I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter, they called it away from the ball foul because
someone said on Twitter that they were talking trash back and forth, but I was caught off guard. I was like, what is happening? A foul, which was called.
The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter, they called it away from the ball foul because it happened prior to the inbound. So
yeah, I have no idea what this play was about, but I think the right call was made. Now, the other one, Caitlin White Jesus flopped. Angel Reese didn't touch her. White Jesus flopped on the other one. But that play was absolutely play of the game. Play of the game. It starts with White Jesus in transition. It goes up to Erica Willard. Thank God Erica didn't bounce it off her foot this game. This was the play of the game. Erica catches the ball, and see, this is what I mean. They showed up to play this game. They showed up to play this game. So that was the play of the game to me. And this is what I actually hope that we can see a lot more of. Transition offense. Everyone gets down the floor. Everyone get down the floor with the intent to score. Kelsey Mitchell is happy she scored. I get happy when Kelsey Mitchell scored because it seems like she's shooting like she has a quota to meet each game as far as number of shots she takes. So I'm glad when she finally makes it so she can pass the ball. I want to talk a little bit about Christy Wallace. I thought I had Kelsey Mitchell here. Kelsey Mitchell, she ended the game how many points did Kelsey Mitchell have? She had 18 points and 2 rebounds. Okay. Christy Wallace had 10 points, but I really, really question the decision making of Kelsey Mitchell sometimes. I know Christy Wallace is terrible. She's awful to me. Christy Wallace cannot be sold to me in a glass jar. She's awful. Christy Wallace stinks. She stinks. And Erica Wheeler is even worse. Okay, Erica Wheeler played over 20 minutes this game and had 0 points. Okay, so between Christy Wallace and Erica Wheeler, these are areas in this team where there's not much contribution from. You're not getting anything from them. Nothing. At this point, with playing Erica Wheeler the way they play her and playing Christy Wallace the way they play her, you are really better off playing your bench. You're better off. I think you're better off playing Grace Berger, Lexi Hall, and Celeste Taylor. We've been saying it. People have been saying it. I think we could get a lot more out of Grace Berger, Celeste Taylor, and Lexi Hall than we get from Erica Wheeler and Christy Wallace. I really do, especially when Timmy Fagbenle comes back. Then you can see a Fever team that can give a lot more offensively, especially between White Sheezas, Aaliyah Boston when she comes to play, and also Nalissa Smith. Kelsey Mitchell, it has 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door for me. Her decision making sometimes is just, why would you shoot that? It was a play towards the end of the game, and she just chucked up a 3. And I was like, why would she shoot that? It was like a minute and some change left. A 2-point game. And Kelsey Mitchell just chucks up a 3. I don't care what anyone says. It's almost as if Kelsey Mitchell, she does have like a number she's trying to hit each game or something. I'm so confused by some of her decision making altogether. Speaking of decision making, Aaliyah Boston made great decisions tonight with the ball. She passed well out of when she caught the ball, and when she would go to score, she knew when to score and when to dish it out. It was sometimes, especially at that pick and roll toward the end of the game, Aaliyah Boston should have went to score. Go to score, Aaliyah. Go to score. But fine, if you don't want to score and you don't want to be aggressive, you'd rather just kick it back out, then hopefully this team can start knocking down some open shots. This team has to knock down some open shots, seriously. But overall, Aaliyah Boston made some great decisions tonight. She made some great decisions, not tonight, this game. She made some great decisions. But again, if she continues to show up and play, and she continues to jump, and just, I don't care if for every game you picture Kamilla Cardoso as your defender. Play like this every game, and this team can actually win some games, you know? And someone's tweeted me, or someone said, messaged me or somewhere, and they're saying, what are you expecting from this Indiana Fever team? And I'm not expecting them to go to the finals. No one was expecting them to go to the finals. They get the #1 pick for a reason. But I can tell you this Indiana team is way too talented to be losing game after game after game after game after game after game. They're much better than that. I don't even think they're a last place team. I don't think they're a last place team. But overall, this game definitely lived up to its hype. It definitely lived up to its hype. So as far as Indiana, just to kind of put a button on them, I think they can build on this momentum. Christy Sides, if she can, continue to draw up some plays, just draw up some plays. I don't know what she's doodling on that board, but just draw up some plays. continue to bring White Jesus off double screens. Continue to bring her off screens. Hopefully we can get Time Fagbenle back on the court. Fix her foot. I don't care what you guys got to do. Fix her foot. Get her back on the floor. Aaliyah Boston can jump. She can continue to play. They can get some more wins. They can certainly get some more wins out of this team. Now, as far as Chicago Sky, they didn't really look like the team to me that played LA Sparks earlier this season. They looked a little bit off, which is, again, on Indiana's part, these are the games they got to win. When their opponents aren't playing good, these are the games they have to win. But Chicago Sky, they had a lot of defensive breakdowns, and they just didn't look like the same team. Of course, this is a team that's still trying to figure it out. I get it, and I think that they'll definitely, come out on the other side of this. Teresa Weatherspoon is a phenomenal coach. But just to kind of get into some of the stats, Angel Reese had 8 points, 13 rebounds. Out of those 13 rebounds, Angel Reese had 8 offensive rebounds. So her game is still translating to the WNBA level. She's definitely hitting the boards. She has to develop her post game. Chi-Town Barbie has to develop her post game. Once she can get her post moves down, Angel Reese is going to be phenomenal. She's going to be phenomenal, but she has to develop on the post end. One of the things I say about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, those two players, after a WNBA offseason, they have some time to hit the weights. They have some time to develop, especially after playing at this level. I think we're going to see tremendous improvement. But Angel Reese has to continue to focus on her post game, her face-up game. She got to develop more post moves. Kamilla Cardoso, in her return, had 11.6 rebounds. Kamilla Cardoso picked up where she left off. Kamilla Cardoso had a great game. I really enjoyed watching her play. I really, really enjoyed watching Kamilla play. This is Angel Reese. I thought I had a graphic here. But I enjoy watching Kamilla. I think between Kamilla Cardoso and Angel Reese, once they get that chemistry developed, they are going to be exciting to watch play. It's going to be a block party. It's going to be a block party. Let's see here. Marina Mabry, she had 15 points, 9 rebounds. Hey, man, this game almost went into overtime. Marina Mabry missed the free throw, and I guarantee you, if Marina Mabry would have made that free throw, we would still be watching this game right now. We would still be watching the game right now because it would have went into overtime, because Kelsey Mitchell would have took it upon herself to take the last shot. I guarantee you, they wouldn't have got it to White Jesus for the last shot. Kelsey Mitchell would have took it and probably threw it over the rim, and then they would have went to overtime. But Marina Mabry, she ended up missing the shot. She was 15 points, 9 rebounds. Kennedy Carter, the most electrifying player on this team, in my opinion, had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And Elizabeth Williams was relatively quiet this game. She had 2 points and 5 rebounds. So I say that right now to say, this Chicago team, they didn't look like the same team from the other night, which I know, it's going to be ups and downs with teams as they continue to form their chemistry. But tonight, they didn't look like the same team. Elizabeth Williams was quiet. Diamond DeShields didn't play. So I don't know. They should bounce back. I think they'll bounce back next game. But nonetheless, at least Indiana was able to capitalize on that, okay? Let me see here. I want to look and see what we're talking about. I wonder if you guys can call in this episode. I'm going to start taking some calls. I'm going to start taking some calls one of these episodes. I just don't know which episode yet. FM, what's up, FM? Says, White Jesus turned water into wine just for today. Ja Tony, what's up, Ja? Said, oh, Carter was a beast. Yes, yes, yes. Leroy says, Terry Mick, you are right. Wheeler and Wallace are not good, overpaid, and underachieving. I do not see it for Christy Wallace, especially to be a starter. I'm so confused. I am so confused when it comes to Christy Wallace. I have no idea what she's even doing in the league. I have no idea. I have no idea. Goodness rated. Don't forget about Kennedy Carter tackle on Caitlin Clark. That should count for something. Yeah, I talked about it. I was so confused. I don't know. I saw like people were saying on Twitter that they were already talking mess back and forth to each other. Hey, if that is what was going on, I have no problem with that. If you're going to talk smack, these girls are not going to be happy until Caitlin Clark finally just fire back like White Spicy Jesus did last game. They're going to push her to her limit. But if they were talking smack back and forth, then I say go for it. Caitlin Clark, she'll start standing up for herself eventually. Michael Keys said it was a hip bump, not a tackle. Clark just weak. Self-made Reese said Marina crying right now. Yeah, as a shooter, you do not miss those free throws. That's just not. I honestly thought the game was going to go into overtime. And if this game would have went into overtime, every time Kelsey Mitchell gets the ball, I just go, The same with Erica Wheeler. The same with Christy Wallace as well. When White Jesus and Alyssa Smith, and depending on how Aaliyah Boston shows up, I'm okay with the ball in their hands. But the rest of these girls, I'm just like, ooh, please. Just make the right pass. You know? Rhonda Stewart, what's up, Rhonda? Says Sky was definitely off today. Mabry is usually hitting shots. Yeah, I said the same thing. I thought Clark was pretty good on defense today. I don't understand how Fever's balls don't drop for points. The shots look so good. That's a matter of just getting more talented players on your team. You have to get players on your team that can knock down those shots. How many games are we going to watch these women continue to miss open shots? Aaliyah Boston did a great job today of making the right decision and shooting the ball back out. They just weren't hitting shots. I say just play through Alyssa Smith, White Jesus, and Aaliyah Boston at this point. Play through them. Keep the ball away from Christy Wallace. All right, Coach Spoons, self-made recess. Coach Spoons made horrible calls. FM said, buy Fat Bentley a new foot. Yes, I said that last. They need to get some of Erica Wheeler's money and buy Timmy Fat Bentley a new foot. Go buy her a new foot so she can play. Use some of Erica Wheeler money. All right, I enjoyed this game, yes. FM said, thank you, some AB love. Listen, I have no problem saying when Aaliyah Boston plays good. I still stand on the fact that she could have played even better this game. Aaliyah Boston could have played better. She could be so much more dominant if she wanted to be. And I mean that when I say, let's take a look here, for instance, right? I want you guys to take a look at this play. Look how Katie Lou rolled to the basket here with the intent of getting the ball to score. She has the intention of wanting the ball and going to score. Look how she's rolling. She's calling for the ball. She wants the ball. Look at her roll, open and ready to receive a pass. She's not trying to slip behind the defense. And my thing is, most of the time when Aaliyah Boston jogs up to set a screen, she doesn't play with the intent to want the ball, call for the ball, give it here, I'm open, slip a screen, flash to an open area, demand the ball, demand and command presence in the post. Angel Reese does a great job of doing that. If you watch Angel Wilson play, she does a great job of demanding presence, commanding presence in the post. Aaliyah Boston has a habit of just kind of slipping behind the defense. She has a habit of doing exactly what I do at my 9 to 5, and that's just enough not to get fired. Not too much to be noticed, because then you're going to ask me to do more work. But I do just enough so I'm not noticeably not doing any work and get fired. That's how Aaliyah Boston play. Just enough to, if I'm open, I guess I got to score now. But not making herself present on the floor, calling for the ball, clapping, jumping, slipping a screen, flashing, break the play one time and flash to an area and get your shot. I keep telling you, she does. She's just enough. She's not fooling me. Just enough. Right in the middle. So no one throws it to me. I'm just going to stand here and just do nothing. But this is how I know she has a great relationship with God, because when she do get the ball and rebound, then it just falls in her hands and then she could just go back up, you know? So, yeah. I'm just telling you, I know it when I see it. I'm that person that gives just enough at my job. So I know a person when I'm watching them give just enough at their job, you know, because you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. So you're just doing it just to get your check and just pay my bills and just finish the day. Aaliyah Boston just kind of runs back and forth, set a screen here and there, and just, if I have a good game, I have a good game. Thank God today she had a good game. Seriously. Ja Tony said, what about Caitlin's behind the back no-look pass? Whoa. Self-made Reach, hey, don't tell Boston's secret plan. Wade Saxton and get Susano. Is Susano still playing? Or is she still available? I know I saw her at the game, but I'm not sure. Is she actually still playing? FM said just enough. I'm telling you guys, pay attention to next game. Pay attention to her when she doesn't have the ball and when everyone else is running. She's just kind of just like, all right, I guess I got to go set a screen now, you know, but you know what? I'm going to encourage everyone, and we got this, and come on, huddle. Just, hey, yeah, just nothing, you know? She plays overseas? Okay, I haven't seen much of her. Someone, Sade said, Aaliyah, just enough Boston. Yeah, just enough. And that's what giving just enough get you 1 point game wins when it's a missed free throw. So if we can get that, I'm coming to score. I'm coming to make sure we win this game. Aaliyah Boston can be unstoppable. If Aaliyah Boston can play with the intent to score that Kelsey Mitchell plays with, she could be unstoppable. I wish Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell could trade mindsets. I really wish they could trade mindsets. All right. I'm almost at my time, guys. Look, I'm talking like I'm on stage. I'm almost at my time. Aaliyah just enough Boston. She plays overseas. FM says Susano can't dribble the basketball. I don't think Susano could do any worse than anybody on this team. I don't think she could do any worse. I think she can have a fair shot on this team. All right, guys, listen. Again, this was a fabulous game. I think it lived up to its hype. Overall, I'm happy this team was able to get the first home win. Give it up for Indiana Fever. They was able to get their first home win. Hopefully this can lead into some more wins. They can build on this momentum and continue to build on this chemistry, and especially this defensive presence that they had tonight. Hopefully they can continue to build on it. There's nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up. So as we go up, as the Fever go up, hopefully the wins continue to go up, okay? I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please, please, please subscribe to this channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to this channel. This is a new channel, and we're on our road to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm like, what am I, like 20-something, 30-something subscribers away from 1,000. If you haven't subscribe, like, share, comment, interact with this page so the algorithm is nice to the W360 page, okay? Great game. And until next time, meet me here on this channel. Turn on your notifications. I want to talk about the Indiana Fever. Not the Indiana Fever, I'm sorry. I want to talk about the Aces. If you're tuning into the game, Atlanta Dream beat the Aces last night. So I want to break down that game. I definitely want to talk about it. And what does this look like for the Aces? You know, I'm not worried about them, but I definitely want to talk about that game and their recent pickup of Tiffany Hayes. How do you guys feel about Tiffany Hayes coming out of retirement to play with the Aces? What do you think that'll look like? All right. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get the subs up to 1,000, guys. Until next time, peace and soul grease. Ooh.